All right, what's on the bench? Confidential. When classification decal affixed. And this one had a decal attached to it at one time. So yeah, we're gonna like this thing. There's a little window on the front. That little window, you can read off an hours counter, 192 hours this thing's been in operation. So yeah, let me back up and show you this thing. It's got a handle on it, and it's got a connector in the back, so it plugs into something. It plugs in, and then the handle has a little doohickey on it that locks it in place. So this goes in some type of machine. And confidential, why is it confidential? Well, if we flip it over to this side, let's see here. Yeah, let's flip it over to this side. I don't know if you can read all of this, but yeah, there we go. It's made by the Raymond Engineering Company from Middletown, Connecticut. Property of the U.S. Army, Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. Item, TCS tape cartridge, serial number, model number 6101-01. If anybody has any information on this thing at all, please get a hold of me. 6101-01. I need schematics or something for this thing. It was manufactured in 1987. There's some other items over here. 6101-01. Part number 102220-501, 3.7 pounds. That's a lie. It's actually like 4.2 pounds. I don't know why they have the wrong weight on it and everything. On the back here too. Oh man, am I too close to the camera? I can't tell. Yeah, TCS tape version status. Date 1985. OPS revision number, reliability, something or other. Yeah, reliability. Diagnostic revision, burn-in TCS. Remarks, version 1.13. Yeah, so, yeah, tactical comm system, something like that in Army land. Yeah, so let's open it up. You got to see inside this thing. All right, there's 6 screws that hold this thing together, and ta-da! It's a tape recorder. Fancy tape recorder. It's got sealing grommets on this thing. It actually has a nitrogen purge valve on it, so that right there is to put in some kind of inert gas in the thing when you put it on board a plane. I think it goes on a plane. And Raymond is known for building all kinds of military engineering, electronic stuff. They do build flight recorders, so this might be a flight recorder or might be a data recorder. I'm not quite sure. The flight recorders that I've seen from Raymond are bigger. This one's a small one. It's a 1/4-inch tape. But it does seem as though it's 4 tracks. And it's all in one direction. Now, 4 tracks sounds suspicious too, because a lot of the voice recorders in aircraft have 4 channels. They have the pilot's microphone, the co-pilot's microphone, the third microphone, which might be somebody else in the cockpit, navigator or something. And then the 4th microphone is an ambient microphone that catches everything in the cockpit. It might be that. And it might have cockpit voice on here. I don't know. But yeah, I'll take this cover off and I'll show you the head. The head is definitely 4 channels. And yeah, that is super, super cool. I like the way the thing operates. There's one motor in the center here. And if you move that motor, that everybody moves. There is one tensioner here. This is a tensioner, And I think if you want to take the tape out, you need to detension it. There's actually this little thing here that you unscrew, and it's this little post. And I believe that's to put in this hole right here, okay? And now you can pull this over and untension it easily and get in there. I think what that's for, not 100%, but I think 95% sure that's what that little thing does. Put that back in there. It has a little label down here to make sure it hasn't gone too hot. 150, 160, 170, 180 degrees Fahrenheit. There's a wall temperature plate there. I haven't taken it apart any further. I don't know what kind of electronics are going to be inside this thing, but there's room in the bottom there for some electronics. So, my goal in life is to try to get this thing operational, at least try to see if there's any data on it. There is some optocouplers here, or a beam type break thing here to see if you're at, if you're at the end of the tape. So you probably rewind to a clear leader and then it stops. There is a connector here that goes from the head down. So I'm thinking that other side of that connector probably goes down to electronics. The bottom is all cast, so everything's got to come out the top. Everything has to come out the top. So it looks like there's a subunit here. I don't know what material this is. This stuff, it looks kind of greenish. It's kind of confusing, but I think that will all come out. There's some other numbers in here too, so I think I take that screw out and that screw out. Maybe this thing lifts out. Maybe you have to take the tape off. Maybe there's additional screws in there if I have to take the tape out or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, isn't that a cool thing? It's a beauty and joy forever. Yeah, I like this thing. I like this thing. Anywho, like I said, got any words of wisdom, leave them down below.